This conference will now be recorded.
So before I start my training, let me introduce myself. My name is Bobby. I have overall 13 plus years of experience. I started my career with ABAP, then I moved to SAP UI5, Fiori, ABAP ODATA, Fiori Elements, S4 Hana in-app and side-by-side extensions, ABAP CDS views, and also I worked on various implementation projects on S4 Hana. And coming to the BTP, I worked on various services on BTP like Capm. I worked on technologies like Node.js, JavaScript, SAP UI5, okay, and also various services like IoT services, mobility services, API services, conversational AI chatbot services, SAP Build Process Automation, SAP Build Workzone, PDMS. So there are APIs, okay, CPIs. There are a lot of services which I work. I'm also currently working. So that is my experience. So coming to the training, yes, today is a demo on SAP Cloud Application Programming Model called CAPM in BTP. So the agenda is why SAP Cloud Application Programming Model, why we required, okay, and what is BTP, okay. Now what is CAPM in BTP, and we are going to discuss about the what is Node.js and JavaScript, and what is Node.js single thread model, why Node.js has become so popular is because of single thread mode. Why? Okay, design principles of SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. How the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model simplifies your development. How? Okay, flavors of CAPM and what are the golden paths are there in CAPM. So, okay, to develop and key qualities and benefits of CAPM and a demo on the CAPM in BTP. So these are the topics which I will be covering in today's demo. Okay. Why SAP Cloud Application Programming Model? It's a very big question. Why we required? Okay, so if you want to understand, if you want to know why CAPM is required, we need to understand the origin of the SAP CAPM. Okay, you need to understand the history of the classical SAP projects, like old SAP classical projects. Okay, so SAP systems are, everyone knows it is a standard software. Okay, this means okay, this means they offer you a functionality, okay, to many companies similarly need, means they have developed the application in such a way so that most of the companies are similarly need, right? So that is why they have developed the application so that all the companies can use that application, right? So you can customize that settings of this functionality to a certain extent. Okay, you can adopt the system and process. Okay, okay, you can adopt their approach so that many companies can access options for enhancements also. See, see, the thing is that how SAP has developed the product to in such a way that most of the companies can use that product and also the adopt the approach, and also you can extend the enhancements. Many company can access for the enhancements. In that way, they have developed the product, right? Okay, so SAP has integrated most of the functionalities. You need to extend an SAP system in the same system. So you can extend, you will be doing enhancements, right? Okay, so those things. So what to do that developments, SAP has come up with a language called ABAP. Yes, this allows developers to work efficiency, and they don't have to worry about common aspects like authentications, setting up of the database, okay, having setting necessary permissions. SAP has already provided all the users managements, loggings. Okay, there's nothing developers had to think, right? See, you are, whenever you have a SAP, you need not to worry about the setting up of the databases, setting up of the giving permissions, setting up of the user management. Everything it is there. The developer need not to worry at all, right? But what is the problem? If number of enhancements and the modifications increases, an update to SAP system becomes expensive and cumbersome. Yes, absolutely. If you put everything, see, for example, you're working in an organization, okay, a client, okay, if the client or you're a company, okay, you put everything, all your core businesses, everything into one system, it is not good practice at all. Why? Because the number of enhancements and modifications keeps increasing. When you do updates, so it is a bit too complex to update because you're putting everything in one system, all your businesses, right? So customer asking for more functional, faster with a better experience. And the web has become more important, and SAP has released also the called SAP UI5 framework or implementing the user interface. Yes, everything is there. Then what is need of CAPM? But putting everything into the one system is not a good practice. Okay, there is a slogan is there: keep the core clean. Too many enhancements, too much complex. Putting everything into one system is not. Keep the core clean. So SAP recommends against making deep enhancements in the core system itself. Is not a good practice. Puts everything into the one system. It becomes harder to connect to new applications and data sources without breaking the system. Obviously, you're putting everything and connecting to the various systems and everything. It's very difficult, right? So for that, to put every, there is a slogan, right? Keep the core clean. So that is the reason the biggest challenge is creating and maintaining. Putting everything into that system is not good practice. That is one thing. Okay, and also the biggest challenge is creating and maintaining that application. Okay, you need to think about aspects about taking with granted with ABAP, right? And so that's why putting everything into the same system is not a correct approach. So that is the reason SAP has introduced CAPM. Now again the question comes. See, as I said, SAP system is providing integrated database, authentications, everything it is providing. The developer need not to worry at all. Okay, then the client expect the same thing in the cloud also, where you required a stable framework for business application developments during the lifetime of application. The client expects the same thing. Okay, so that our application need to work in such a way. If you want to change the underlying infrastructure or business logic, okay, and your app development is complex, and moving to the cloud also opens up modern programming models and various languages for developers. And we need to create innovation applications that are more powerful and scalable. See now, yes, we understood that core is we need to keep the core clean. The other option is moving to the cloud. But if you are moving to the cloud, okay, the client expect the same way, right? Okay, there, okay, it should be the same way like a SAP system is providing integrated databases, authentication mechanisms, okay, user management, everything is there. It's a pre-packed, and the client expect the same thing in the cloud also. Okay, so when we are moving to the cloud, it is open modern programming languages. Various languages are there for developers. See, when SAP system it's pure app, but when you're moving to the cloud, it's open any technology. So we have to create in spite of that, we need to create a innovative applications that are more powerful and scalable, right, in cloud. So SAP, that is the reason SAP has created the cloud application programming model with keeping this in mind, that customers familiar with deploying, maintaining and developing SAP applications, okay, with the same, okay, the way which you are doing in SAP, if they come up with the same approach and like CAPM, they have introduced the CAPM. Why? SAP wants the frameworks to make it easier for the developers to use the SAP services and SAP systems that taking advantage in the cloud also. So finally, what is why cloud application programming and is come into the picture? Whatever the tight integrations which are there in our SAP system, where HANA database or SAP system, ABAP, authentications, everything, the same thing they're expecting in the cloud. So that is the reason SAP has come out with CAPM model, where okay, it is very easy to deploying it, maintaining it, and developing SAP applications. So SAP wants the framework to make it easier for developers use SAP services and systems while taking advantage in the cloud also. So this includes the example S4 SAP S4 HANA, see, SAP BTP. Any questions, guys? Now understood? So SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is an effective way to develop applications and services in the cloud. It provides developers with the ability to rapidly develop, test, and deploy applications using proven best practices. Right. So finally, SAP CAPM is a framework where you can use that framework and you can develop the applications. Any questions, guys? Now understood why CAPM? Anyone have any questions? So finally, SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is a framework of languages, libraries, okay, and it is aims to guide developers on a safe path with proven best practices so that you can develop out of the box solutions. Any questions, guys? Now understood what is CAPM? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear? No questions. Okay. Now let's move to the what is BTP. So any questions related to what is anyone know what is BTP? Anyone know what is BTP? Anyone have any idea of what is BTP?
It is an open platform for developing enterprise grade applications.
Okay, correct. So, okay, absolutely all right. So it is a platform. For example, okay, SAP BTP is a platform for PaaS offering from SAP. Okay, if you want to build innovation solutions, okay, like new technologies like blockchains, machine learning, artificial intelligence, internet of things, analytics, etc., SAP is BTP is one of the best development platforms available so that you can provide you out of the box integrations, you can build out of the box solutions, okay, and you can build any technology. Okay, you can connect to any systems, SAP or non-SAP systems. So this is the best platform for building applications that connect to the systems. Mm, right? So that is called the BTP. Is it clear? Any questions on this point? Anyone have any questions? You guys are understanding, right? If you have any questions, please ask me, not an issue. So finally, what is BTP? It is to build enterprise grade applications. Yes or no? It is to build enterprise grade application. And one more thing is, okay, choosing the right environment also is there. Okay, on many factors. So we have to come up with the right environment to develop the applications, right? It is not like that just generally we will be developing. No, it's not like that. Okay, so that is the reason SAP has come up with the BYOL. What is that? BYOL stands for the bring your own language. So using SAP BTP, you can use multiple programmings. Okay, using you can use multiple programming languages also. Okay, like Java, Node.js, Python, or Go. So even offers bringing your own language option also. Okay, so in little bit getting into what is SAP BTP, let us understand SAP BTP offers you various runtimes like Java, Node.js, Hana, and all and ABAP, right? SAP BTP platform supports necessary runtime. For example, if you want to write the code related to the C in Notepad, we cannot run, we require C compiler. If you want to run a Java program, we have to install Java runtime, so-called JRE. And similarly, if you want to run ABAP program, you require ABAP layer, which can understand your code, compile your code, check for syntax errors, and it executes your code. That runtime environment is part of BTP. So that is the reason we call it as platform as a service. Now clear? Understood what is SAP BTP? Any questions about SAP BTP? No questions, right? Okay. So motivation of the what is the motivation of the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model? What do you motivate? Okay, so the cloud development becomes increasingly relevant for our customers. We receive, okay, more and more questions asking about the what is the best way to develop cloud applications. Best practices and guidelines are important. Okay, because when you want to ensure enterprise quality, okay, then we need to decide a framework, and only that framework, okay, okay, that framework, okay, it should be in such a way, should be in such a way that, okay, you should only focus only on the business logic, not on the other aspects like authentication. So, okay, what is the authentication mechanisms? What are the user authorizations? Okay, how to support this one? So those type of things you should not worry. Okay, you should worry only on the business logic. You should invest more time on business logic, not on other aspects. Okay, so we require a stable environment for business development applications. Okay, okay, and we need to get best practices and guidance. And you should focus only on the business logic, not on the other things. Okay, so that is the reason SAP Cloud Application Program, thinking in these aspects in mind, SAP Cloud Application Program was born and continues to grow and improve also. This is the motivation why we required a cloud application programming model. Okay, you should focus only on business logic. See, if you look at an SAP system ABAP, you only focus on the code. You will not focus on other aspects, right? Authentications, databases, okay, lot of infrastructures, okay, lot of things are there. You will not worry because you just worry only about the code. That is what you focus only on the ABAP code. Whereas in SAP BTP also, see, it's a cloud, it's open. You need not to worry about what are the various authentication mechanisms, what are the various user authorizations, how the authentication is happening. You should not worry. You should focus only on the development. So for that is the reason it motivates you the Capm, because Capm is bringing you the framework where you can develop the applications. Understood? What is SAP Cloud Application Programming Model and what does it bring? Okay, yes, application developers across the world are increasing, seeking faster development time frames. Obviously, if you work on any project, obviously our time frames are very tight. So this is the objective of getting their application and users more quickly than previously possible. Yes, of course, client experts are more quickly than previously possible. They want to build applications very fast, very strict deadlines and everything. To solve this problem, SAP has introduced CAPM. Okay, then how it becomes very fast? Okay, cloud application programming model is popularly called, it is a framework of languages, libraries and tools for building enterprise grade services and applications. What is that? Nothing. CAPM is nothing but a framework of languages, libraries and tools, okay, to building enterprise grade services and applications. Okay. However, instead of having developers worry about the various technologies and relatives compatibility, okay, CAP allows developers to for a domain-centric and work at higher level of abstraction that would traditional technical platforms. In fact, this is what I'm talking about. Okay, so developer need not to worry. Okay, okay, he should focus only on the business logic. Okay, so the CAP is, if you implement CAP framework, okay, where you can develop the applications very fast.
Bob, Kiran
Okay,
here.
so using, yeah, any questions?
Yes. So one thing. So you have been using the term enterprise grade services, right? Can you just elaborate on that?
Mm. Okay, see, enterprise grade application, you were asking what is the question of enterprise grade application? Is that question or like what?
Y- Yeah.
Yeah, okay. See, it is just a web applications, where we are going to develop, right? That is called the enterprise grade applications. Okay, so where you are going to the develop the web applications.
Hmm.
Okay, so that is called the, because most of the thing that is called the enterprise grade applications.
Okay.
Okay, okay, so where that applications will have the reliability, okay, customizings you can do, okay, support and maintenance, cost efficiency, Okay, okay, those are called, it will be very less. Okay, that is called the enterprise grade applications. It's nothing but a web applications you are developing. Okay, and that is mostly is using the enterprise grade applications where you are like all related to the ERP products. ERP applications are called enterprise grade applications.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so whenever you are developing the enterprise grade applications, okay, that you are developing in such a way, it will be applicable for all the requirements for large organizations and enterprises. Okay, so that most of the organizations can use that applications. Okay, so that is the reason this is called we call it as enterprise applications. Like for example, CRM applications, SAP applications. So these are called the enterprise grade applications. Okay, these applications will help a crucial role in helping large organizations manage their operations, improve efficiency by using these applications. Is it clear?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Any more questions? Okay. So if you use this framework, okay, by using this CAPM framework, okay, that helps the developer, okay, to focus only on the business logic, and also it is going to save your money, okay, and effort also by developing the applications. Okay, and also using this framework, CAPM framework, it is going to connect to the SAP and also third-party services very easily. And also it is going to protect your investment by making the underlying technologies, okay, interchangeable, and allows you to keep pace with cloud technologies also. So that is the reason we are whenever we use CAPM, this is the value it is bringing for us. If you use this framework, you can reduce your cost, time, okay, and also the underlining technologies. Very important point, underlining, because you know daily one new things are coming, new technologies, right? So we should be very careful while developing the application that is also in the cloud, it's open. Okay, you should be very careful while working on the cloud technologies, because today one will come, tomorrow another technology will come, and day after tomorrow another will come. We should be, our CAPM should be in a framework in such a way that should be taken consider of this underlying technologies. Clear? Any questions?
Hi, Bobby.
The cloud, yeah,
Yeah.
please tell me.
So here, cloud CAPM is the cloud application programming model, which is built for cloud applications, right? For
It's correct.
example, ABAP.
Yes, absolutely.
If I want to connect ABAP like on-prem systems, so
Mhm.
does it suit this that kind of a framework
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. See, you can connect
through
to the
cloud connectors?
any third
Okay.
parties. Yes, absolutely. You can
Okay.
connect to through cloud connector. You can connect to your
So
on-premises
do I
system.
need to code in ABAP as well, or only
Uh,
cloud application is okay?
See, I tell you. See, CAPM is a framework. Okay, uh, it is a framework to develop the applications, enterprise grade web applications. Okay, where you can connect to any system and consume the data through APIs. Okay, but you have developed already in API, right? Then you already written the code. For example, let's take ABAP data. You already written to the ABAP data. Then what is a CAPM is doing? Maybe that is your question. Okay, so now
Yes.
CAPM not only connect to the any SAP systems or non-SAP systems, it can also connect to any database. Any database. Okay, whether you take Hana database, whether you take MongoDB, whether you take PostgreSQL database, whether you
So
take
like
SQLite database, any database it can connect. So when you're trying to connect it, you need to write a logic. Leaving about the integrations like connecting to any other systems and getting the data is okay, fine. But if you are connecting to the database and you want to get the data and you need to write the logic, right?
Okay. So it is like if I consider like MVC framework, does
Mm,
it comes under business logic? We will write it in CAPM. Is it correct?
correct.
So how about front end?
No, it's
Like
see, it is not only the see, that's what I'm
hmm,
saying. It's not only the this one. It is a framework to develop, connect to the databases, designing the model, okay, as well as getting the data and developing your any application. We'll
user
see. I
interface
got
also.
your question. If I
Yeah.
got your question, I will take your question end of this class because you will understand by that time. I will
Okay.
take
Sure.
your question back because if I say also you'll get confused because total 1 hour is about that only. Next 1 hour. I
Yeah.
will
Yeah.
take
Please
your
proceed.
question
Yeah. Sure. Sure.
once you understand. Yeah. Yeah. Any more questions? Until now, what we have covered. Anyone have any questions? No questions. Okay. So SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is a combination of tools, languages, and libraries. That is also I said it's a framework that will help you to build enterprise grade services and applications. As you can see in this diagram, we support both open source and SAP tools and technologies. So this is our CAPM. Okay, you can use Node.js. Okay, you can use Java. You can use SAP Fiori. You can connect to SAP Hana database. You can consume the REST ODATA services. You can create CDS views. You can develop in BAS. You can develop in VLS. It's open technology. So open source. You choose which technology you want. Okay, so if you look at in the actual design principles, it is open and opinionated concept. It's open because when you develop the ABAP in SAP system, it's only SAP UFI only you can develop, right? It okay. Now in the cloud CAPM, you choose which technology you want to use it. Okay, you select your architecture pattern. You can pick and choose the parts of programming model that suits your development. Now, in this diagram, you'll get everything. Okay, your picture total what is CAPM. If you look at core, okay, you are developing your data modeling in core data services that is called in CDS view. Okay, and you are writing business logic in Node.js or Java. Okay, and you are connecting the data sources to SAP HANA database, SQLite database, any database you can connect. Okay, and you can use environments like Cloud Foundry or XSA, any environments. Okay, and you can use tools SAP Business Application Studio or Eclipse or Visual Studio, any tools you can use it. And you can take front-end framework SAP Fiori, AngularJS, React, or etc. Now, if you look at core is the one which is the core, and underlying technologies are SAP HANA database, SQLite, business application studio, Eclipse, VS. Okay, these are all called underlying technologies. If any technologies keep changing, for the base is the same. I'm not worrying about it. Okay, I am developing. I'm developing my data model in CDS and I'm writing the business logs in Node.js or Java. You pick it up any environments, any data sources, any tools, any front ends. My core is safe. I don't need to be changed. Okay. So today I'm using core data services and designing the data model, and I'm writing the Node.js technology, Node.js to write the business logic. And today I'm using SAP Fiori applications. I'm developing Fiori. Now client says, now tomorrow some Angular new thing has come. Now I don't want to touch my core. My core will be the same. I have to just plug in my SAP Fiori instead of SAP Fiori. I have just plug in my AngularJS. It is just a front end. Your total data is everything is in this core. And Later, for example, let's assume that first I have introduced SAP HANA, but you are doing the data model in the core only, designing the data model. I will be deploying to SAP HANA and tables will be created. But future, no, I don't want SAP HANA, it's too expensive. I want MongoDB. Perfect. You have all the data modeling in the core data services in the core, and we'll just deploy it into the MongoDB. All the tables will get created. So you're not creating the table in the database. It is getting, you're designing the data model in the core and deploying it. That's it. See, underlining technologies is what you bring any technology. I have my core, everything in my thing. I will just deploy it. Where Node.js or Java or technologies can connect to any DB, anything, any platform. Now it is clear. Any questions in this point? Anyone have any questions in this point? Is it clear?
Yes, it is
Yeah,
clear.
I have a query here. So suppose
Yeah,
if the
please.
Node.js version increases, how does it be incompatible? Because most of the times these external technologies, the version upgrades
Mhm.
happening, and how SAP is making sure that we are using the right versioning system with respect to the backend.
Okay. See, we have certain files in the whenever you develop the Capm, okay, where it has the versions. Okay, you need to just put that version automatically will take care. You just need to write the version.
You don't have to download the libraries again.
No, nothing. It will take care of automatically.
Okay,
Capm will
but it
provide
has to
inbuilt
be
node.
connected. Okay,
Yeah,
it
it
has
has
to
to
be
be
connected
connected
to
to
the
it.
internet. Uh, all
Correct.
right. Okay.
Obviously, BTP is in internet only, right?
Now, suppose if the library is, we are not supposed to download it from the internet or from the outside systems, but internally we
Hmm.
have a place where in which we use all the libraries because we are not supposed to
Hmm.
download. We have an internal framework where in which we have the libraries. How does it being integrated there?
No, I didn't get. See, I'll tell you what. See, when you look at the Capm, whenever you develop a Cap project, okay, you will
Mm-hmm.
be having a node modules also will be getting created.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so in that node models, when you create, you have a file where you can put the version also. Okay, so
Okay.
when this type of compatible issues will come, you just write the version. It will take care of the framework. It will framework will take care of. Is it clear?
Hmm.
Okay. Yeah,
Bobby,
somewhat.
yeah. Here
Yeah,
you wrote
please.
once for Cloud Foundry, so it means the
Mm,
same program, whatever like
mhm,
application, web application I have developed using CAPM, can I run on
mm.
Kubernetes and access any of the environments? Is that correct? Write once, like run
Yes,
anywhere.
absolutely.
Like
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
okay, okay, fine. Go ahead.
It's open. It's open. You pick your technology. Yeah. Any more questions? No, right. Okay. So zero lock-in. So as I said, you choose any technology. Okay. There is no lock-in. That's a mandatory path is there that you should use only this programming language. You build your UI. You can use SAP Fiori elements, or you can use any other alternative technologies as well. Okay, so keeping pace with a rapidly changing world of cloud technologies and platform is a major challenge. Obviously, every day new things are coming. Okay, then we have to be very careful while we are choosing the technology, because too many things in today's technologies, which might be soon become absolute, right? So CAP avoids such lock-ins through higher level concepts and APIs. Okay, so platform specific deployment approaches are there and techniques are there in CAPM. Okay, platform specific identity providers and authentication strategies are there. On offboarding of tenants in SaaS solutions and tenants in isolations are there. Synchronous protocols like REST, ODATA, GraphQL is there. Asynchronous channels and brokers like SAP Event Mesh, MQ or Kafka is there. Different database technologies like including SQL, NoSQL are there. Okay, so by this, easily you can develop, okay, and considering the higher level concepts. Okay, and this abstraction allows you to quickly adopt new emerging technologies or platforms without affecting the application code. That is what I said in previous slide. And that's safeguarding your investments. Today Angular, tomorrow something. You do not to worry. You are in safe side. We are using CAP framework where your core is there, and you can just switch off of Angular and switch on to other UI. But your core business is there in Node, in the Capm model. Your entire model is in Cap, core data services, and your business logic is Node.js or Java. Is it clear? Any questions? See, to how the SAP Cloud Application Programming Model simplifies its development. I think this is what which we are discussing. Okay, so for example, let's assume that you are building an enterprise commerce application that should be hosted in SAP BTP. See, apart from focusing on the business requirements for this application, you need to put effort into addressing many non-functional requirements. Okay, okay, so that is see, you need to put everything very minimum effort on the non-functional requirements, right? Instead of focusing on other things, you should focus only on the business technology. Okay, for example, let's say that you build the application with SQL-lite database. If you deploy the application SAP BTP with as SAP Hana database, no code change will be required. The database configurations and the declarations are isolated from the main code of the application. See what I'm planning to tell you, right? Suppose you built an application with SQL-lite database, and now you want to connect to the SAP HANA database. There should be no code change at all. Okay, so building, testing, deploying, and running the application should operate seamlessly with minimal manual effort required for those activities. Okay, and also it is the CAPM is a microservice architecture where, for example, HANA database will be one service, UI will be one service. Okay, for example, the node is it will create one service like that. It is going to create a microservices architecture so that you can just easily pick switch on and off. API is one service, destination is one service, database is another service. Like this, it will get divided. It is not in one. So easily you can pick and switch on and switch off very easily. Is it clear? Any questions, guys? So two flavors of SAP Cloud Application Programming Model is available. One is called Node.js and Java. So both flavors are in sync in terms of features and characteristics. However, the internal technical implementation is different. So the implementation of the business application is similar for both Node.js and Java. The major difference is writing logic, custom logic. So for Node.js, you will write JavaScript, while for Java, you will be writing Java classes. There are two flavors are there in SAP Cloud Application Programming Model. Is it clear?
Where do UI5 comes into picture here?
UI5 is, I said no here. If you look at this one, see, you are writing your business logic in Node.js. Okay, let's assume in on-premise. You are SAP. You have idea of SAP UI5, right?
Yes,
right?
yes,
So for
yes,
on-premises, what you will do, you will write all the core logic where in ABAP. Yes or no? Core
yes, Bob.
business logic, you put it in ABAP and you will expose a OData service, and SAP UFI, you are getting it, you are binding it. In the
Right.
same way, SAP HANA database is nothing but your S4 HANA database. Let's assume on-premises system.
Mm-mm.
Okay, you are writing you are writing ABAP code. Okay, where you will be writing Node.js code, not ABAP, for business logic, and you are using SAP UI5 to consume this business logic, which generates
Oh,
OData service. This Node.js code is converted into OData service. The OData service is consumed by SAP UI5.
got it.
Any more questions? So yes, we said that it's a framework, right? What is a framework? Okay, let's assume SAP's Capm is providing a golden path. Okay, following the golden path of a programming model that helps you to implement data models, services, and UIs in order to develop standalone applications. Okay, see, you are going to define your data model. Okay, then on the top, when you define your data model using the Capm, automatically it will get deployed to SAP HANA database. See, that is a framework. When you define your services, it is going to convert into OData services automatically. Okay, yes, you are writing the custom logic Java or Node.js. Okay, and you are adding Fiori as any Fiori app. Okay, so CDS annotations also will be converted automatically to OData, right? So if you use this golden path, this is the advantage you are having. Any questions, guys? Okay. So nothing. This is what which we have already discussed. Okay. So see, you have a. I think this is repeating. Just leave it about this one. Okay. Now, key qualities and benefits. Okay. So what are the key qualities and benefits of using the CAPM? Okay, so now see, if you look at in the what I can say, the we already emphasis on the key focus on the application development task, golden paths of best practices, and automation of the time consuming task. Okay, the still two more qualities which are there which I want to highlight, because we have discussed about golden paths, we discussed about the if you use CAPM, the time consuming, it will not take that much, as we all discussed, but some more things are there which I want to discuss. Okay, no abstractions, minimal overhead. Okay, so while we provide easy to use interfaces to things like databases, we do not introduce abstractions. Means you always have access to all native capabilities, for example leveraging the power of SAP HANA. Okay, and openness and freedom of choice, that is what I'm telling. Okay, you use this golden paths which I've explained previous slide. We are not locked in, we are not locking any technologies. In particular, you can add and use your preferred database instead of using SAP HANA, can build US without using Fiori. Okay, and in business application studio. So openness and freedom of choice, it's your choice. Okay, you choose any technology, it's up to you, but follow the golden paths. Okay, if you use this golden paths, what is happen? Overall summary, what will happen? It will speed your development process. This is reduce your time. Okay, and also it ensures many essential non-functional features like multi-tenancy, extensibility, supportability, and maintainability. The golden path is recommended but not mandatory. With our application programming model, you are not locked in. You can choose whichever path you are most comfortable taking. It's not mandatory. It's up to you whether you want to use this golden path or not. It's open. I'm saying no. You come up with anything, Capm is going to support. I think okay, this, as I said, right, it is a safeguarding investment, you because of this interchanging technologies, every day new technologies is coming. Okay, so CAPM is a safe investment, right? CAP avoids such lock-ins through higher level concepts and APIs. Means it's not locking you to use this only. No, you choose anything. Platform specific deployment approaches are there, platform specific independent providers and authentication strategies are there, on offboarding of tenants are there, synchronous protocols like REST ODATAs are there, graph, lot of things are there. You do not to worry at all. It will take care of by the framework itself. Any questions? Now it's clear, right? What is CAPM? Anyone have any questions? Is it clear? Now you understood what is CAPM? Any questions? Now, I think someone asked me the question, right? What is you already have the ABAP now. What is the CAPM? At least you got an idea. Hello? At least you got an idea. I think someone
Y-
asked, I think,
Yes.
yeah, Kiran, I think Lakshmi,
Yes,
right? Is Lakshmi, I think, asked?
yes, yes.
Yeah, now clear or still you have a question?
It is clear, Bobby.
Okay, great, thanks. Now, as we said that Node.js or Java, right? We are going to use, okay, to develop the business logic. So our focus is only in my training is Node.js. It's very easy. Okay. So, and with the help of JavaScript knowledge, it is very easy to develop Node.js. Okay. So Node.js is a heavily used JavaScript framework for server-side web application development. And it is developed on Chrome OS or a JavaScript engine. Yes. Node.js is completely based on the JavaScript. It helps compiling JavaScript directly into the native machine code. In other words, Node.js allows to build complex and powerful applications without having to write any complex code. See, if you look at this Uber or what is that, Ola, right? Okay, they are using Node.js framework only because at the same time you can book a cab by using the concept of, okay, by using the concept of, I'll tell you, single thread model. Okay, if you look at most of the current technologies which they are using, is Node.js is very popular in the market. Very, very popular. Okay, so it is good to learn Node.js because if you look at JavaScript programming, okay, any web applications, whether you take Angular, React, or any UI, they're using JavaScript. But JavaScript is only for the developing the so developing the code business logic for only for web applications. But if you want to write the business logic for the database, you have to use Node.js. Node.js is a server-side programming with the help of JavaScript. This combination of the Node and the JavaScript you can write for the server-side programming also. Okay, that is called the Node.js. So we will understand client-server architecture and multi-thread model allow followed in times of architecture, and we look the limitations of the multi-thread architecture and how Node.js solve those limitations using single-thread architecture. That is what which we are going to see. So yes, people ask why we require Node.js. What is the advantage of Node.js? That is what which I'm going to discuss. If you look at in this architecture, okay, below, user interacts with the client machines like laptops, desktops, and mobile. With the client machine uses makes out generates a request and send to the server. So it is sending the request to the server. In the server, we have database. And servers takes those requests and process those requests and send back the results in the form of responses. Yes, it is sending back responses. It's getting the request and sending the response. Right? So with the help of Uber's example, and they're generating cab request and those requests sent to the Uber server, and Uber checks in database that are active and available in that region and allocates passes cap to the customers. And then the server send back the cart details or a driver details to the customer in the form of response. Understood the example? Any questions on this example? As I said, Uber, okay? Uber example I'm taking because Uber is implementing Node.js. Okay, now what is multi-thread model? Okay, in multi-thread model, okay, you see here in a multi-grade model, this is the one. Okay, similarly, a client server architecture, the user generates a request while interacting with the application and sends to the server. Same thing is client is requesting and it is sending to the server. So every time a new request comes in the server, every time a new request is coming and maps a new trend from the thread pool to the incoming request, and then the thread is responsible for processing those requests and sending back the response. So the number of requests is equal to number of threads using the thread pool. Okay, for each request it will be each thread it is getting connected. Okay, now the thread presents in the thread pool or in the limited basis of the resources. So if you look closely, you will find the limitations over your process. Okay, limitations over here. Suppose we have millions of the requests coming per second. You think there are millions of requests are coming per the second as a thread present in the thread pool or limited number. So there will be a situation when all the threads got exhausted from the thread pool. See, at the same time, okay, what is happening? If you are getting millions of the requests, then the thread will get exhausted. See, for each and every request, a thread is getting generated. And a new incoming request has to wait until the thread process the last request and return back the results. So this is a situation of the scalability, which is all adding more resources and creating more thread inside the thread pool. But this is costly because you have to increase your capacity. Okay, so we are going to make easier way of doing using a single thread model. But before going to the single thread model, first we understand the second limitation of the multi-thread model. Any questions on this one? See, you are sending millions of the requests at one time, okay, at 1 second, okay, then the server has to be capable, right, to handle that. Because you are creating for each request, you are creating one thread. So each request is handled by separate thread. You see, for this, for this, for this, and you need to wait. Okay. Now, what is multi-thread model? Okay. The second limitation of the multi-thread model is whenever a thread is working on the shared resources, it acquires a lock of that resource so that no other thread can access that resource. See, lock. So now rest of the thread trying to access that resource will be blocked. So if you can see this figure, that the thread is working, okay, and it acquires a lock on the resource. Now rest of the threads which are trying to access that resource are blocked until you finishes it. So A will finish the process and thread B will access. So that resource and will gain occur, and this requires a lock against rest of the threads. Yes, so are getting blocked. So this creates a bottleneck situation in processing request. Obviously, it is a block. So in multi-thread model, for every request, server creates a separate thread which handles that request. Okay, so if a thread acquires a lock in the shared resource, it is exclusive lock. It will be block other threads. So that is a disadvantage of using the multi-thread model. So we will eliminate the limitations of the multi-thread model using the single thread model. So how we are eliminating this multi-thread model using the single thread model, we are going to eliminate it. Okay. So for example, if you click a button in application or filling up the form, okay, a new event is generated. You can take each new request as an event. Now, once you generate an event, okay, emitter omits that event, and those events decides inside the event queue in the server that these events are exhausted in the using event flows, which is single thread mechanism, and this mechanism a single thread takes events from. Okay, so now using this single thread mechanism, you can avoid this one. Okay, see, if you look at this one, a single thread takes events from the event queue and allocates the events to the worker thread present inside the thread pool. Okay, so this will avoid it. So the allocation is based on the operation performed by event, like it could be a I operation, so it could handle by input output worker thread. It would be a network operation or it could be CPU intensive operations. So based on that, it will be handled or thread. Then this worker thread will process this request asynchronous. So by using this mechanism, you can avoid this. So that is the reason Node.js follows this event drive model, or you can say single thread model. Okay, so now if you notice that we have only one thread in event loop, only one thread in event loop will be handled the event directly. So no function in Node.js can directly perform operations. Okay, thus then they'll be never gets blocked. So these processes are based on the events, and events are handled by event loops. Okay, so it will get resolved the issue. This is how the Node.js works by using the single thread mechanism. You see, it will put in an event loop. So Node.js is an event drive even handle all requests asynchronously from a single thread. So almost no function in Node directly performs input output operations. The process never blocks. So that is the reason Uber is using the Node.js. It will get never blocked using the single thread model. Okay. So what is Node.js? Node.js is an open source runtime environment for server side and network applications. And it is a single thread model. That is what which we discussed. And it is going to use a Google JavaScript V8 engine to execute the code. And it is a closed platform environment. It can run on anything. Okay, and also it follows the event driven architecture and not blocking input output, that is optimized and scalable. That is the reason we are using Node.js technology to develop our applications, and we are going to write the code also in Node.js, so that the advantage of use Node.js everyone have got idea now, right? So that is the reason we using Capm, we are using the Node.js to build the applications. Is it clear? Any questions guys until now? Now, what we are going to do right now, we are going to develop one use case in Capm. Yeah, 1 second, let me refresh this page. Any questions, guys, until now? You understood what is cloud application programming model, why we are using, what are the golden paths, and why we are using Node.js to develop the applications. Any questions? Any questions, guys? So now we are going to develop one Capm application. Okay, and I'll not take much time. Okay, we're already running out 5 minutes more, just another 10 minutes. We'll close it. Just let it get in process. So this is the business application studio. Where using business application studio, we are going to develop the CAP applications. Yeah, I'll just take this one. Okay, so just clicking, I'm just opening the projects folder. Okay, now I'm just opening the terminal. So now, yeah, here CDS init, okay, cap underscore Bobby. I'm just creating one cap project, right? So, so it has created, you see, okay, cap underscore Bobby. Now I will try to open this project individually. File, open folder, projects. Under the projects, I have this one. I'm clicking OK. Okay. Now, if you look at this one, see, whenever we create a CAP project, it's going to create three folders. One is called the service, one is called the database, another one is called app. Okay, where database is nothing but you are defining your data model. Okay, then this data model we need to convert into OData service. That will be done in service. So that OData service will be consuming in your app, that is called Fiori applications or any applications. And we are going to write the total code, Node.js code in services. Any questions until now? Anyone have any questions until now?
So, what was the project you have created?
It is a CAP project. CDS init is a one which I have used in the terminal.
CDS.
Is it clear? CDS init.
Command line interface that he's asking in that command
Terminal, right?
command
Yeah, yeah.
command
CDS
which is
init.
serious init, serious like initialization of
CDS,
project something.
correct. Yes, CDS init and the project name. Is it clear?
Yes, Bobby, go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So now I'm going to create, okay, one CDS model, okay, in the data map. Right click on DB, new file. Okay. So data, okay, hyphen model. Okay. So what I'm creating, see, as I said, we won't create the tables in the database table, because today HANA database, tomorrow PostgreSQL database, right? So for that, we have to be uh, creating one data model. Okay, now here this is a demo. I'm just copy pasting it. Okay, I'm creating one data model. Yeah, in the DB folder. Okay, then I'm giving some namespace. See, You think in that way if you are a ABAPers. So this is the table name and these are the fields. Assume you think in that way. And you're giving a namespace for this. Yes, you define the data model and this data model has to be converted into the OData. Simple, very simple. Right click on the right click on the service and create a file. So and expose it. And automatically it will get exposed. Very easy, very easy. Now I'm creating this right click on the service folder. I'm creating a cat hyphen service.cds. Now I'm going just copying pasting it. So I'll explain you. This is a demo. I don't have much time. I'm just pasting it. Now what you are doing, right? See, using cap underscore Bobby as DB, you are giving a alias name. From where DB is a folder, right? Dot means is coming from this one slash DB folder. Under that you have this one. Now you are fetching that entity which you have defined entity type as a projection on DB is nothing but alias name and sales orders, nothing but your this sales orders. Any questions? Any questions, guys? Perfect, done. Now what will happen? So you have you're fetching it. Now it is simple, very simple. You go to the again terminal, and just give cds build. Cds build. Now you can just using npm install also you are installing node modules. Now what you do, cds watch and press enter. That means you're executing your then you see it got converted into the OData services. Now you see catalog service. Yes, catalog service. Metadata. You see this is your entity name is sales order and it has generated the metadata. And also if you look at this one, it also created a Fiori app. See how easy it is. You have designed the model and you are exposing in the service. Is it very easy or not? Any questions guys until now? How easy it is? See, this is the framework which they have given, and very easily you can expose it. Of course, we have not just click on this one and see these are the field names. Any questions guys until now? So this is how it is. See, you have a metadata also. It is coming. It got generated OData.
Here it has generated a Fiori Elements app, right? Fiori Elements.
Yeah, inbuilt they have provided.
In case if we
Inbuilt they
wanted to
have given
create
the.
custom UI5 app, how do we tweak this?
We
How
will
do we
develop the here in app, no?
in a,
In
okay?
app.
So we use UI5 code
So
or any other script again?
it's your wish. It's your
Okay, okay.
wish. There is nothing specific here. Any questions, guys? Okay. So now, as we are following the CAP framework, golden paths, you see the beauty. So under the DB, I'm right clicking a new folder. I'm creating data. Now if you observe, that and create one CSV file and I'm going to use a golden paths framework. So here if you see here, right click new file, cap underscore underscore Bobby, naming conventions hyphen sales orders dot CSV. I'm pressing enter. I have the data. You see the beauty of this one. I'm just copying pasting this data and pasting it here. Now you see it is run, and now if you look at this one, Now you see what will happen here. Click OK. So it is coming automatically. How? Have you written any code for this? Have you written any code for this? No, because you are using the golden paths, the framework. Automatically it will take. How? You see, cap underscore Bobby is my same name of my this one. So it automatically picks and gets the data and it will get binded automatically. Understood? So this is the advantage of using the cap model. Any questions, guys? Anyone have any questions now? Is it clear? Now you want to pick it up any Fiori application also, you can easily pick it up very easily. See, now for example, let's assume that you want to build any technology, whether it is a what I can say, whether it is a React or Angular JS or anything, you can easily pick it up. Okay, just you go here, this one, file, okay, new project from template. Okay, so now you are building the template. Okay, okay, now you see you want to build SAP Fiori applications, or you can see generally I have not given this HTML. So what will happen, right? Okay, in the you can pick it up any other UI technologies also, React, Angular, JS from this. Okay, as of now I'm picking SAP Fiori application start. Okay, I'm selecting the list report of page. Click next. Okay, here I'm just using the user local cap project. Yes, this my cap project is here only. Now I'm using local. I don't have any third party no data service. Here only it is there. So that is the reason I'm using this using a local cap project. And now I'm using my cap pro. Obviously this is my cap project now. Okay, then I'm selecting my catalog service. See how easy it is. See. Then I'm clicking next. Yes, this is my entity name. Yes, I want to add table columns to the list page automatically. Yes, I given yes. Click next. Okay, I'm just giving a name of my project. Okay, now it is going to create a sales UI and I'm giving sales app. Okay, then I'm clicking on finish button. Yeah, I'm just clicking on open tab and you see here web application a link has there. No, so not this. Now I'm going to click on this because we have created a Fiori application. See, sales SAP else SAP's UI. Okay, click on this one. Yeah, you see. Any questions, guys? So you can pick any technologies, any choose in this app while developing. That is up to your requirement. Yes. Any more questions, guys? Any questions? I think that's all for this training. Uh, Anyone have any questions, guys? 1 second. I'm getting call. 1 second. Now, coming to the what are the things which I'll be covering in training. Okay. So any questions until now, guys? Anyone have any questions?
Yeah, Bobby,
You
Gaurav
guys
this side.
understood?
I joined this
Yeah.
session bit late. Can you are going to share a recording for the same?
Yeah. I'll be uploading the recording video also, and I'll be
Oh,
sending mail also. Okay.
okay, okay.
Yeah. Any more
Bobby, how many
questions? Will
days
do.
training will be? It would be
This is for 40 hours training. I'll
40
be
hours.
sharing my
Okay,
screen.
okay,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
Any course details like
Yeah, yeah,
home?
yeah, yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. I'm going to share. Okay,
okay,
yeah, you guys see. I'll start with BTP overview. Okay, introductions and everything, and I will go with HTML5. Okay, I'll quick start with HTML5 because you need to know the JavaScript. So without knowing the HTML, it's very difficult to understand the JavaScript. So I'll start with the JavaScript. Okay, before going to start with JavaScript, I'll start with HTML5, then JavaScript. Okay, then I will be moving to the Node.js. Okay, in the JavaScript, I'll be covering what are the different data types, string operations, functions, if nested loops, if conditions, forms, events, validations, regular expressions, arrays keys, index, object entries, iterations. A lot of things will be covering in JavaScript because the base to develop the business logic in CAPM is JavaScript, right? So I'll covering what are promises, asynchronous, await statements, timeout, set timeouts. A lot of things will be covering in JavaScript. First HTML5, then JavaScript, then I'll move to Node.js. Yes, installation of the installations, introductions, importing files, importing npm libraries, file systems, command line arguments, getting input from users, arguments, removing nodes, debugging techniques use Node.js. Okay, asynchronous Node.js, callback, call stack, call queues, HTML and customizing, handling errors in Node.js, callback functions, callback abstractions in Node.js. That is what which I'm. Then I will be moving to the CAPM. Before moving to the CAPM, I will also give what is multi-tenancy in BTP, what are the different securities at that BTP, what is BTP, what are the tenants, cloud foundries, what are service marketplaces, service instances, subscriptions in BTP, those I'll be covering. Then I'll be moving to CAPM. So what is CAPM, design principles, how it simplifies, what are the golden paths, what are the entities, associations, aspects, okay, path expressions, data modelings, domain modelings, what are the best practices, reuse, how we reuse in CAPM, okay, what are common aspects, manages, auto excluded, connect to SQL and SQLite database, Hana database, ODATA and CAPM, okay, demo and what is domain modeling, persistent models, RESTful APIs, SAP Fiori US in the CAPM. Then I'll move to the still Fury elements, UI annotations, what is do filters, crude operations, what are localizations, how we are going to develop list report object page using CAPM, what are authorizations, authentication mechanisms, how to consume an external API that is called side-by-side extensions, okay, event handlings, everything will be covering in the CAPM. Okay, we will be using inserting, updating, deleting in CAPM, how to implement functions, how to implement actions in CAPM, everything will be covering. Okay, and also we are going to use SAP built work zone service in BTP, where we are going to display as a tile in the Fiori launchpad how to create catalogs, tiles, groups, target mappings in the SAP build work zone service in BTP. We'll deploy the application, our CAPM application BTP, and display as a tile in the Fiori launchpad. Okay, so real-time project development, what are the projects which I have developed in my real time, I have put that same example in this my training. Okay, so every day once the class is over, I'll be uploading the PPTs programs which are covered where you can download, and recording video will be there for view access for 1 year. Okay, provided study materials on CAPM, Node.js, JavaScript, Fiori elements. Okay, every Friday I'll be giving exercises based on the topic which I have covered on that week. I'll be providing interview question and answers also of CAPM, Fiori elements. Okay, and also I'll be providing free ABAP and OOPS ABAP recording videos as a complement. Those who join my course. Yeah. Any questions, guys? Any questions?
Yep.
Okay, I'm starting new
Is the
batch. I'm starting
bo-
new batch on uh, exactly on October 3rd. October 3rd, I'm starting new batch.
okay, Bobby? Like,
Okay, yeah.
we don't have any ABAP related knowledge. So I mean, at least I don't have any ABAP related knowledge. So is it
No, this
needed
is
or
nothing related to the ABAP. I'm just providing the as a compliment. There is nothing
okay?
ABAP
Fine.
will be here in Capm.
Got it. Okay.
Any
And
prerequisite to take this course?
previous-
Like,
Nothing. This is nothing. Prerequisite courses. That is what I'm quick starting with HTML with
What will
base.
be the
Then we'll
timings?
move to JavaScript.
Indian
Morning
timings you need
7
also.
a.m. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I'll tell you. Yeah, yeah. I'll just give the time. Just a second. Take that question. Prerequisites is for the base is HTML5. Yes, that is also I'm covering in my training. JavaScript for base is the for Node.js. That is also I'm covering. Node.js I'm covering. So there is no prerequisites. You need to come with. You can come with blank in this training. No prerequisite. It's my job. I'm covering everything. Is it clear?
uh,
yes, Bob.
Yeah.
any
Any
And
more? Yeah.
server access
and how
or
about
Yeah, coming to server access, nothing. We are going to use a trial version. No server access is required. We are going to use the trial version of BTP, which is free.
and how what would be the duration for the server access? I mean, any
No, no, no. It is
the
free
trial
trial
version,
version
right?
of the BTP. It is will be forever. Okay,
Forever.
but
Is it?
every
Oh, okay.
quarterly basis, it will ask us to create again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. If you're not login for
Okay.
3 months, it will ask us to create again, or it will get extended. Something you have to take. That's it. There is no chargeable. It's a free. We are going to use a trial version of BTP. No server is required. Yeah. Any more questions? Lakshmi, I'll take your question. I know you would say, ask me the timings. I will tell you. Any questions?
The class is going to be happen over a weekend or weekdays?
Weekdays. No weekend class.
Okay.
Only weekdays. Yeah. Any more questions? Yeah. So now coming to the what I can say the timings and the payment. Right. What